Happy Sunday, everyone, and happy match day for Charlotte FC, the first one of the season, and it's here at home at Bank of America Stadium. I know when you're looking at these pictures, you may be thinking, Brittany, what the heck? Why is it so cloudy and rainy today? The answer to that question is a lot of moisture overhead and an approaching storm system. However, excuse me, need to clear my throat. Um, However, overall, today is really not going to be the worst day that we've ever had by any stretch. We are, of course, starting off with areas of clouds and even a few spotty showers. So let's take a look at satellite and radar and kind of what we're working with through today. So we saw some widespread shower activity, but it was light rain overnight. That was mainly between, I would say, about midnight and about 2 a.m. And then so far this morning, rain for the most part has been really, really light and really spotty in nature. But as you look off toward the west, you'll notice there is more rain activity on the way. I do think the majority of this rain is going to be north of Charlotte, especially toward the I-40 corridor. Now, that does not mean that we're not going to see spotty pockets of rain. However, they're going to see up toward the mountains, foothills, the best chance, at least for some of these more moderate pockets of rain. So you can see light rain over toward the Linville area, northern portions there of Burke County near Morganton, Lenore, Sawmills there in Caldwell County, and then that little bit of yellow shading. This is, of course, the current Doppler radar. There are a few pockets of more moderate rain. And then a little bit further north there, up toward portions of Ashwaubenon and Avery County. Ashe County is actually seeing some more moderate to even heavy rain in a few spots. We'll want to watch this, especially at those highest elevations. It looks like this is just forming as actual rain because their temperatures are above that 32-degree mark, most in the mid to upper 30s. However, it's likely a very cold rain. So areas like Clifton, down toward the Boone area, definitely preparing for that. And we know more is on the way. Now, this is not a flooding rain by any stretch of the imagination, but it is providing, again, for areas north of I-40, especially a few pockets of moderate rain. Light showers for northern Cleveland County toward Bellwood, just north of Shelby. We have western Lincoln County also seeing some of that light rain. And really, that's what it is for the majority of our area this morning is just light. So the rain today is going to be mainly for the early half of the day, but the cooler temperatures, they're sticking around regardless. Tomorrow, again, mostly cloudy with just a sliver of sunshine peeking through, and there is a stray shower potential mainly south of Charlotte. It's kind of a wrap up overall of our weekend forecast. We know that today is cooler in the mid 50s, tomorrow in the upper 60s. But here's how I'm kind of expecting today to play out. I think the majority of our actual scattered rainfall chance is going to be prior to about 1 o'clock. And then after that, we're going to be watching areas of just some spotty drizzle. Notice this as we go hour by hour with the Futurecast model that again, most of that heavier rain is well north of Charlotte. And then we're pretty much dry as we get closer to that 3, 4 o'clock time frame with just that little bit of tiny green shading, mainly south of the Queen City. So I'm going to keep a 30% chance of rain in for through pretty much 1 o'clock. And then after that, that 20% chance in for about 3, 4, 2, 3, 4 o'clock. I think by 5 especially will be largely dry. And with those 20% chances of rain, a lot of what this is tracking is not just a spotty, shower where you got one literally for the entire region, but it's also that patchy drizzle, that really light rain that kind of falls from the clouds and is really tiny. It's enough that makes you feel like it's raining on your head. However, it's not a significant rainfall event. A lot of times the drizzle, is enough to coat the windshield, but not much more than that. Is because drizzle is essentially really, really tiny raindrops. It's typically about a quarter size of a regular raindrop. So that just goes to show you how tiny it is. It's almost microscopic in a lot of cases. The second half of your Saturday, of course, we know again a little tiny bit of sunshine peeking through. You can kind of see this better on our future cast, which is why I actually included this one because you can see that green kind of behind the clouds. That's helping to at least see the chance that we could see some clearing of those clouds just a tiny bit. And that'll be really just before sunset if it does happen. Then overnight into Sunday morning, more dense cloud cover expected. And then we're also going to track that just really spotty opportunity for a shower tomorrow. So I would say about a 10% at a maximum for tomorrow. So here's the hour by hour forecast for Charlotte FC. Of course, temperatures will be chilly and cool regardless of how much rain we see. And those winds, not too bad at about 5 miles per hour. Again, cloudy for the majority of the day, but then just that tiny sliver. I think it's a possibility. It's going to be one of those exception, not the rule, but definitely um, Can't even talk today. Definitely for sure going to be kind of the exception, not the rule, but I would not be surprised if at least a little bit of sun tried to peek through at least some of those broken clouds at times, mainly right before sunset. And then again, overnight, clouds will keep temperatures relatively mild, most spots in the upper 40s. Really, our next big change, I would say, after today really doesn't come until we turn breezy early in the week and then again by the end of next week as we'll start to see opportunities for rain redeveloping. So when we turn windy on Monday and breezy on Tuesday, we oftentimes get a lot of questions about this and it's actually something that we a lot of times will cover in our school talks. So in order to have wind, you need high and low pressure close to each or next to each other essentially. So the closer they are together, the stronger the pressure gradients are because they're kind of smack dab together and that means the winds will be a little bit higher. So, for example, when it's high pressure overhead, we've been really calm and we have an approaching cold front. We know oftentimes it gets breezy. But what can sometimes happen if maybe there's two frontal boundaries and a high nearby, or even two fronts and two lows next to each other, things of that nature. What happens then is you get really breezy conditions because the pressure gradients are just so darn tight because they're so close together. That's what's looking to happen on Monday and Tuesday of this upcoming week. It doesn't look like we ever truly get a significant opportunity for rain or ever really see a cool down, but we're kind of going to have a high pressure system sandwiched between two cold fronts on either side. So a stationary front to the north, a stationary front to the south. That's eventually going to try to lift north and kind of helps bring us all of this warm, moist air. So you're going to see on our 7-day forecast that I've put windy on Monday, breezy on Tuesday. The reason why I bring this up is one, it'll be nice. So many folks will be outside. And of course, too, I love that trash can meter, and it's going to be a week where we probably need to break it out in terms of the wind. So on Monday, I think wind gusts could get close to about 30 to 35 miles per hour, closer to 20 to 25 on Tuesday. Then we're briefly kind of shaking things up in that guy roofing 7-day forecast, not seeing rain, but still seeing that warmth on Wednesday with a few more clouds. And then our next big change really does look to come by Thursday and Friday as we're tracking our next storm system. Right now, models have been very consistent with an abundant amount of rain. However, we've seen a lot of flip-flopping toward the end of our 7-day forecast as of late. So I think folks should be prepared for some kind of rain. Can I guarantee it's going to be a 60% chance and it's going to completely overspread our area Friday with that 80% chance? Absolutely not. But what I can say right now is there's a good chance we could see rain next Thursday and Friday. And it does look like the pattern will flip a little bit by Friday into the weekend as we do see this cold front push through. I say flip a little bit because we'll go from likely the low to mid 70s to the mid 60s in a few spots, but it'll at least be a nice change and make it kind of feel a little bit more like we should be for this time of year. February right now is one of the top 10 warmest on record, and it looks like we're pretty much ending the month, with the exception of Saturday, exactly the way we have been, warm and well above average. So that's the end of this live stream. To kind of summarize at least the Charlotte FC forecast for those of you who maybe are arriving later, we're seeing scattered showers through the early afternoon, then just some spotty rain, patchy drizzle till about 4 p.m. And then after that, we are going to start to see that clearing, although conditions are still going to be cloudy, still going to be cool. So you'll pretty much want to prepare for tailgating. For cloudy, cool conditions and some patchy drizzle. So an umbrella maybe, but it's going to be so light you probably don't need it. I know a lot of folks when it's that really, really light rain actually prefer a poncho just so, maybe their hair, their outfit doesn't get messed up, things of that nature. And then tomorrow we stay cloudy, but temperatures will be much warmer in the upper 60s to near 70. If you're heading to the game, you're tailgating, you're just going to Uptown to enjoy time with friends and family today, stay safe and enjoy yourselves. But if you're not, enjoy the rest of your day doing whatever it is, staying inside, going to watch a movie. All of those things are great options. Have a great Saturday ahead, y'all, and we will see you tomorrow morning on Wake Up Charlotte Weekend starting at 6 a.m. Have a great rest of your day.